All right, so it's that time of week. We're looking at VaultS3 for this week's Unikernel application spotlight. VaultS3. This is kind of like a Minio clone, and so we actually have a couple of other projects in this space that we've created packages for. I don't know them all off the top of my head, but I think we've even done some videos on stuff like this before. But yeah, single binary under 80 meg RAM, built-in dashboard. This all sounds good to me. As to why the author decided to create yet another one of these things, he does mention that. I think Seaweed FS we've done. Garage, I don't think we have done. Minio we obviously have. But yeah, like he has this little table of like what's there, what's not there. I think a lot of people got burnt with, Minio kind of closing off some of their open source, and so they started looking for other options, and so that's where a lot of this stuff comes from. Oh, they were scanning. I didn't even see that. It's interesting. But yeah, it's it's S3 that you can host yourself. Pretty basic. You can throw this up anywhere, and it just kind of works. And he has a very, very long list of features. I mean, and then I guess he documented this API as well, but it's pretty basic. We're not going to look at any of this configuration, but as you can see, there's quite a bit of configuration that you can get into, Prometheus and so forth. All these various mvars. So yeah, you can go ahead and get the package here. VaultS3. Package size is actually pretty small, zipped up. Let's go ahead and run this guy. So we boot it up. It's going to give us this dashboard, wants us to log in. So VaultS3, these are default creds. I think you can set these something else at runtime, or you can gen them and then change them. It's kind of up to you. Sign in. Password. So here's our interface. It's going to be very similar to what you're kind of expecting before, right? But let's go ahead and create a bucket. My bucket. And so we can kind of click in, and it gives you some settings for this, and bucket lifecycle, quotas, yada yada yada. We can go to browse files. This is probably what we're going to be doing most of the time. Okay, so we can do a test file. Can upload it, and there it is. We can click into it. It says what it is, 13 megs. Can even download it. No preview because I named it .file or whatever. I bet if I named it .text, it would give me a preview though. You could do your grid layout and so forth. Access keys. So by default, you just have that admin, but you can create new stuff. And then we get our access key and our secret access key. So we can create users, add that in. I'm not sure, I guess auditing, yeah, so you can audit your files, and you can migrate, you can back up to, like, for instance, S3, set a ground for it, get your stats. So right now it's saying, hey, we got that one file, we have the uptime, all that good stuff, and then cost. So this is actually kind of interesting. I didn't explore this earlier, but it kind of ranks what it's actually costing. That's cool. But yeah, this is pretty basic. We can look at the package real quick. There's nothing in it as far as I remember. Yeah, it's like 4 files. So 4 files, and it creates like a couple directories when it first boots up. Maybe we should show that. So what was our image name? VaultS3. Okay, so let's look at that, because that would probably tell you a little bit more. Okay, so still not too much. We got our sudo file, obviously. We got our stubbed files, which we don't use. So it creates these 2 directories. The data, okay, so that makes sense. That's where your bucket is. In a prod setting, I would probably mount that data directory as a separate volume, and that way, it's a separate volume, so you can kind of, You can redeploy, you can clone the volume, you can resize the volume. Makes a lot of sense if you're deploying to prod that this would be a separate volume. And then you have this metadata, which I would assume this is just some SQLite stuff. Let's go ahead and, let's copy that out maybe. So copy VaultS3. See if I can do this without having to look anything up. Metadata. So yeah, we got the file out. Oh, it's a VaultDB. Okay. Interesting. Yeah. So anyways, it stores in VaultDB, which is more or less a key value store. Yeah, this is an interesting little Minio clone. It's VaultS3 object storage. Now it's running as a nanos Unikernel. All right, till next week.